G'day all, part 2 of our Australian sixpence noodle. Just because of the lack of light, due to the lack of light, had a little bit of electricity function breakdown, so the video had to go off, so I apologise for the way that it ended. But we'll just finish this off for anyone. I hope you guys are still, still there. But let's have a look. What I was doing is basically noodling a whole lot of Australian sixpences. There, look at that. Isn't it awesome? And we had a few finds. What we're looking for is obviously some key dates. We haven't come across anything in the 40s so far, but what we have done is we've come across a few in the 50s and the 60s, and some of the key dates in the 50s are basically 51, 52, and then 53, and then 55. I'll give you an idea, 52 or 53 coins, see if I've got one here. Don't know where, okay. You're looking for an extra fine class coin, and you're looking at $100 Australian just for one of those. And a sixpence is probably much equivalent to probably a dime in the US, or a 10 pence in the UK. I hope that gives you an idea of it. This particular one that I'm holding right in front of me is a 1958 Australian sixpence. It's a little bit unclean, but it's still good condition. I usually grade by, there's actually a shield in the middle, so this is basically the coat of arms for Australia, and we've also then had the king or the queen on the back. In this particular case, we've got Lizzie, or Elizabeth II. She became queen, and we put her on our coins in basically from 1953 onwards, so she'd been on this for a few years. I think that's still quite a good looking coin. And what we've done is in this particular noodle, because we got a few extra coins, there was a few dates, for example, that I got multiple dates of, so we'll put some aside ready for a giveaway. Okay. Alright, I'll tell you at the end of this what I'm going to do. So we've just got a small number of coins here just to go through still, and then we'll be able to get this done. Alright, now this one's a 1958, but have a look at this. This has to be one of the nicest sixpences probably I've almost ever seen. Have a look at that. If you can see in the light. There you go. And there's Lizzie on the back. Okay, so with regards to the obverse, sometimes we find in Australia, when the coins are graded and we grade them, it's probably the same in most places of the world. You've got to have a good obverse to get a good rating, and a good obverse there are a few different techniques that are used, and sometimes it's bits and pieces from a crown, for example, a diamond or something, but usually it's the highest points on the coin. In this particular case, as you can see, we've obviously got the words and the numbers and so forth around the coin, but with regards to also the head of the queen, there are little bits and pieces of ribbon and so forth that get defined. So when they're obviously, you can't see them very well and so forth, so that means it's quite a little bit of a wear. But when you can see them quite well, then you've got a good graded coin. So in this particular case, you can just make it out. So it's got some wear. So even though it looks fantastic on the reverse, like I would have thought, that's getting to extra fine condition, her on the back with the obverse, you've got to have them both that way. So that won't get that grading. This would probably get a rating of very good, maybe to fine, something like that. So, for some reason, who knows, maybe it's the way people are carrying them around in their hands, maybe there's something to do with the mix, or the way that they finish off, the coin when they're made at the mint. Somehow they don't always wear evenly, and you can see that, for example, in this coin. Now with these sixpences of Australian, we stopped making them in 1964. From 1946 onward, after 1946, so basically 1957 onwards, we went from 92.5% silver content in the making of these to only 50%. So the general makeup is 50% silver, and then we've got the copper and nickel. So still quite a lot of silver content. Today we don't use any silver in our coins unless we're making collector or limited edition coins. So And once we actually went to decimal currency in 1964, so we stopped having sixpences. We had florins and shillings, and it was sort of more the line of English currency. We went our own way, and we came up with 1 cent coins, 2 cent coins, and so forth. So it's a big change for us. So these are quite collectible coins, and we've gone through a whole series. I've basically had almost half a kilo of these coins, and we've had mixed grades, but we've had to come across some really good ones, and we're hoping for some old ones, but we've basically mainly been getting 1950s and 60s, so, and that's okay, because that means that obviously there's still a large silver content, and there's also some value in some of the years, because some of the years, not always not always it's because of the silver content, sometimes it's because of the mintage. Low mintage just means there's less of them and more collectors want them, which makes them more valuable. So 51s, 52s, 53s, and the 55s. Let's have a look. Alright, we'll keep going. Alright, next. 1959. Yeah, another one that's a bit dirty and groshy, but I'm not going to clean it. Lizzie looks okay. There's a little bit of a ribbon where I'll just put that one probably in. It's a bit flat on the front, so probably maybe very good condition, that one. Okay, next. 1957. Sometimes it's in it. That's got quite a nice raise on that. Let's have a look in the back. Lizzie. We can still see a bit of the ribbons and so forth through her hair, but probably maybe a fine condition. I would probably grade that one, guys. Alright, next. 1954. Okay. This is the coin we were looking at in part 1. This is a 1954. We just came across this one. Okay. Now, I believe sometimes when they are minted into coins, it's not always a perfect mint, and because they're producing millions of coins generally at one time, they don't just go and print one coin. And sometimes the things like, the machine's just been oiled, but when they went to clean it, the dye, they missed a little bit, and that can make a difference to the coins, especially the first ones that come out from that day. So in this particular case, have a look, guys. You can see that the 4's a little bit weak, so I think that's an error coin. So I'm going to put that on the side. There we go. Put it over there. All right, next coin. What do we got here? This one's a little bit dirty. This one's a 1954. Now, just having a look at that coin. Can you guys see that? I'm not sure if you can. Tune in there a bit. Have a look at that number 4. It's quite weird looking. I'm going to have another look at that, but that could be another error coin. It's amazing how sometimes it's always just the numbers or the last 1 or 2 numbers in coins. I find that quite a lot, and I'll tell you about that soon when I go and do another penny video. You'll see when I talk about the 952s and the number 2s that are there's about least 14 different types of 2s on our penny. So I'm going to have another look at that one, guys, with the microscope. But that 4, it's very, very weird. Alright, again, that just happens to be the same year, so I wonder if there's something in that. It looks like it could be a card, I'm not sure. Look, we'll put it there with the other one. Alright, next one. 1951, so one of our collectible years. Very nice. A little bit of wear though, this one's a bit flat through the middle, and that's where I do a lot of the grade from. We've got King George VI on the back, Elizabeth's dad, and it's probably maybe a very good condition, that one. Okay, next. We're getting to the end of this. 1959, guys. There we go, 1959. Not known for its domestic value, but still collectible. As you can see, we've pretty much gone from 1950 to 1964. So, if you wanted to get the full collection going, you've done pretty well in that regard. Okay, then we've got another 1951. So, again, that's one of my collectible years that I mentioned earlier. So, let's have a look at it. There he is on the back, King George VI. We judge him basically by the hair around the ear and so forth, and that's a little bit worn here. It's quite worn. I'd probably, and let's have a look at the reverse. You can clearly see we've got. You can see quite across there. We put the words "Advance Australia," but we look at the actual sealed in the middle, and that's still quite good. So I'd probably say that's a fine coin, that one. So pretty good. And guess what? We're at the end. So from our point of view, this is the pile of all coins in the 50s, all the ones in the 60s. Quite a mix of conditions. We've done quite well on the fact that we've come across some coins in the extra fine category, a few, especially a few in the very fine, and quite a lot in the fine conditions. So you've got to be pretty happy with that. I mean, all the time when you do buy in bulk and whatnot, and you're not buying, by a look of it, just one or two coins, you do go in a little bit blind, and it is quite risky. But then, you pay regards to the price when you get the coins at the best price. And like this one, like this coin, this just thing that's glowing at me. Let's have a look at this one again. Alright, let's put this down, folks. Alright, let's have a look. This one is the 1958. And look at that. Look how much shine there is still to it. This is a little bit worn. Let's have a look at the hair. Yeah, ribbon's quite good. It's got a black look on it, so obviously it's been a coin that's been sitting around a lot. It hasn't actually had use and so forth, or someone's just had it sitting there in a drawer or something like that, and just like other silver that needs a polish. But with the coins, don't polish them, don't clean them, and I don't do that. But yeah, it's actually that's quite a good grade. I'd probably say fine to very fine there. Probably very fine actually. But I can have a look. But I'm very happy with the collection. So guys, as you know, we've got those two sort of strange looking 1954 coins there. Going to have a closer look at those under the microscope, see regards to the error there. But what we've got here is, alrighty, so what I'd like to do, we've got 7 coins to give away, all various, I think they're all in the 50s, I think. 7 sixpences to give away, 50% silver. Look, quite an icon for Australia. Very collectible coin. 1955. We've got 1957, 1956, the year of the Olympics. Then we've got a 51 and 58, 51 and 51. Okay, so 3 51s. So we've got 7 there. So basically what I like to do is the first 7 people that watch this video, the first 7 people that are interested in this, no matter where you are in the world, I'm happy to post you out one of these and add these to your collection. And there's a little bit of Australian history there. There's a lot behind this, and especially the 50% silver as well. So it's quite a lot of value. And I think it's something that I don't mind sharing with you guys. I had multiples of these. And I really like to say thank you for watching. So like I said, the first 7 people to like this video, hopefully you'll subscribe as well, and you'll each get a coin. So do that, then I can message you, etc., and we'll get your address details, and I'll post these at my cost to you. And I'd like to see you add these to your collection. Thank you for watching, and I hopefully will in by the next couple of videos have a camera that's a little bit, the stand will be a little bit more stable. But I really appreciate your patience, and thanks for watching me noodle through half a kilo and whatnot of the great Aussie silver sixpence. And I hope you enjoyed it, and any questions, feel free to send them through. Thank you.